Good evening, everyone, and welcome to D&D Self-Diceolation. I'm Tom, and I'll be your Dungeon Master for tonight.
Hi, I'm Rich, and I'll be playing Bagerac, the Half-Orc Barbarian.
Hi, I'm Em, and I'm playing Faix, the Changeling Blood Hunter.
Hey, I am Lacey. I am playing Jamesy, Jameson, James the James, and Aarakocra Ranger.
Hi, I'm Oakley, and I'm playing Lours, the Kalashtar Druid.
Hi, I'm Dave. I'm playing Magemak, a reforged Celestial Warlock, having given up my path to Mashulk and now a servant of Primus.
Hi, I'm Bell, and I'm playing Natasha Bardingfield, the Swiftfoot Halfling Bard.
Hi, I'm Shawbor, and I'm playing Relaxio, the Yanti, Pureblood Warlock.
So we're back. Hello again, Dice Roll fans.
I beat you to it.
You did.
Excellent. Right, everyone had a good week? 2 weeks? How long it's been since last time? It's been a long...
Eons have passed since the last Fuego was
I
added.
don't even know who I am anymore.
It's been a long decade this fortnight.
I've mainly been drinking.
That's...
And making proper diamonds.
That
Yeah,
seems
too.
standard.
And
What?
making curry, yeah, to be fair. Yeah.
My
I went to
memory
see a
is that.
circus.
Oh, lovely.
It had a lot of naked women in it.
I'm interested now.
Mhm.
That's it, he's on board. Right, so... Picking up from last time. You guys managed to put an end to the threat of the mysterious Baron at the town of Nightstone. The villagers were all too happy to provide food and shelter for the night in recognition of your services. After overcoming their initial suspicion as to Natasha's condition following her cursed bat bite, their fears were allayed when presented with the evidence taken from the Baron's lab, proving that she was definitely not infected with cursed bat venom.
Bloody shouldn't be when a bloody great needle's stuck in me.
The following morning, as a show of gratitude, the priest of Nightstone presents you with a fragment of the Nightstone, which is an arrowhead-shaped obsidian amulet that carries the blessing of Talos, god of storms. Who would like to take that?
So what? It's
Is
an
it
arrow.
shiny?
So it is probably about a bit smaller than your fist, and it's this obsidian arrowhead.
My fist or
pendant.
Bagerac's fist?
Does it look edgy?
We'll say a human fist. It's quite pointy.
Look edgy, I'm not interested.
It is quite pointy.
Is it shiny?
Already out with the racism. Everything's standard
I'll grab it.
human. I see.
Well, just as a frame of reference.
I'll
I'm
grab it.
yeah,
Why not?
fine.
Yeah.
Do you know? Yeah, it doesn't sound shiny enough. You keep dodging the question. It's shiny.
It is
It's
shiny.
obsidian.
It has a sheen to it.
It's
No.
almost like he knows there's a
volcanic
kleptomaniac with us.
I want it.
Okay. Anyone who wants to take it, please make me a.
Oh, okay, I'll get involved.
We'll call this a dex sleight of hand roll.
Sick.
I'm
Light
just
of
going
hand
to do it
then, yes.
for a laugh,
I'm
because
just
we're
gonna
not going to
stand
beat
up,
Honky.
yeah, sounds like it's gonna be hilarious.
Fucking
Oh,
Natasha, the
fuck.
thief over in the corner there.
Oh, with those rolls.
Not with those
I've
rolls.
still got my
Hey!
Whoa. Lucky. Lucky.
Ah.
So
What did
those
you
of
get?
you
Not so
watching
lucky.
on
8.
stream, Bagerac has rolled an 11. James has rolled a 9. Natasha rolled a 7, but due to halfling luck, re-rolled that to an 8.
Shit game.
So Bagerac,
She can re-roll whatever she wants now.
No,
it's
just a one
any
for that one.
any ones on a d20 roll for a check.
Oh, okay. I got a 6 just in case you care.
Got a 6.
Bagerac beat you and you have a +6. What
I
is
know.
happening?
Out of sheer strength. I'm taking it!
Yeah, this feels like it wasn't shiny enough for me to really want it. This is like,
That's fair. So, Bagerac, if you go ahead and add to your inventory, if you look for Fragment of the Nightstone, it should be listed in D&D Beyond's inventory.
Okay.
I hope this does something wondrous to his strength, because if it does anything to like,
I've just grabbed it because everybody else is messing about.
I was trying to find out if it was shiny. I got
I wanted to
nothing.
know.
I got no answers.
Add to my emo-ness.
Yeah.
There we go.
Right,
So,
I've added that. There we go.
excellent. So the following morning, you complete the last leg of your journey back to Waterdeep, with the various sights and sounds and smells of the city now flooding your senses as you enter through the gates. With pockets full of gold and time on your side, now is the perfect opportunity for some well-earned R&R. As you make your way into the city, there is, very busy crowds lining the streets, going between various traders and stalls. Music's drifting out of the various taverns. And as you're making your way through the streets, you notice a bit of a commotion up ahead. You can see that sort of little groups of people are sort of stepping back, and there's a bit of a hubbub. And they sort of come back together, and then another group a little bit further away will separate out and come back together. And it looks like something is moving through the crowds, and it's drawing closer and closer towards you. As it does, you can make out, floating maybe about 5 feet off the floor, is an elaborate theatrical mask. Its expression is, as it's floating around, the smiling, cheerful mask of comedy. It approaches a group of bystanders, looks around at each one of them, and then the mask shifts to the more mournful tragedy expression and shakes itself almost in disappointment. Then changes back to its previous smiling form and moves on to a new group, and keeps repeating this as it sort of approaches and assesses each new group on its travel.
Doesn't do anything to them, just flicks and then moves on.
No, it just sort of goes up to them, kind of looks at them, just checks them out, and then it just appears to be a little bit disappointed, and then moves on to another group. As the mask floats towards you, it starts approaching you, each in turn, again going through the same sort of smile, dismay, moving on. Finally, it approaches Natasha, and the smile broadens into a huge grin. And the mask starts sort of bobbing up and down excitedly, and you hear this. It speaks, albeit without obviously moving its mouth. It's just this sort of mad grin going on in the mask. It says, "Natasha, darling, I'm so glad I finally found you. A little bird told me you might be passing this way. Come find me at my new theatre. If you get lost, this mask can show you the way if you just slip it on."
Oh, good. Yeah. It's been so long. Yes, we should totally do that, darling. Yes.
Natasha, I know how much you love to chat. This
I
message is
know.
recorded, so I can't really respond to you.
Right. I knew that. I knew that, guys. I knew that. I knew
Yeah,
that.
you totally knew that. I'm with you.
I knew that. Shall I put on the mask and we'll?
Guys, she knew that. Okay.
We
Shut
knew
up.
that. I'll put on the mask and we'll go. We'll go. Sounds fun. I'm down.
Okay.
Yes.
So the minute you put on the mask, the entire sound of the street just goes dead. You can't hear any of the people moving around you. You can't hear any of the shops, any of the merchants. What you can hear is like this sort of carnival music, this very sort of upbeat, festive tune. And you can just see this glowing trail making its way through the streets.
Okay, it's this way, guys. Don't hang about with the message. We'll go. Follow me.
You sound super sure.
I'm so sure.
You can't hear them.
No.
Sure, I'll follow.
I can't hear them.
I'm going to follow him, but I'm putting this amulet thing that I grabbed round my neck and just putting it on, by the way.
Cool.
I'm just putting it out there, but Natasha is sounding super sus.
I also have no clue what this thing does. I just
Emergency meeting.
So whilst you're discussing this, Natasha's making absolutely no effort to respond to you and just appears to have started wandering off into the crowd.
Yeah, I'm off. I'm off already, like the clappers.
I'll just follow her.
Yeah.
Best I can. I don't know if she's faster than me.
Probably
She's
not.
tiny.
Just,
I'm a
just,
halfling.
just based on height difference alone.
Yeah.
I'm just going to take a stride every now and
You
again.
insensitive
Follow.
fuck.
It's like, all right, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll follow. Just in case she gets into trouble. 'Cause I don't
So-
entirely trust her.
As you follow Natasha through the streets, you can see she's got like a bit of a sort of almost like a dance to the way she's moving. It's kind of quite sort of rhythmic, like she's just sort of sashaying her way through, and you can see that there are people just like, you don't know whether they're doing it intentionally or not, but they just appear to be naturally kind of moving away to let her pass so as to not interrupt the rhythm of this groove.
I swear to God, if we get there and someone's called
Someone's
RuPaul.
not to
Rhythm
upset the
of
rhythm.
this
Don't
groove.
interrupt the groove.
You make your
The
way
groove.
through.
The
The
groove.
groove.
You make your way through like the main trade area, and you start heading towards what is clearly more of like an arts district in Waterdeep. There are a lot of sort of like outdoor performances. There's some folks doing like juggling. There's some dancers. There's a couple of street painters, and you keep following. It's been probably about half an hour of this nonsense until eventually you get to the end of a relatively, I wouldn't say run down, but a couple of the buildings are showing signs of a severe lack of care. And directly ahead of you is a large theatre building, which at one time may have been particularly impressive, but time and a general lack of upkeep haven't been kind. It's a fairly tall building, about maybe 3-4 stories tall. Several of the windows have been boarded over, and the general signage has seen sort of better days. But at street level, next to the main doors, which are themselves in fairly good repair, are some large posters announcing an upcoming feature. Posters read, "The Meandering Squirrel Theatre presents I Dream of a Hero, a Kalashtar Cromwell production." The mask, you follow Natasha and the mask as she sort of dances around the side of the building towards the stage door, and then just disappears inside.
Is it something after midnight?
No, this is fairly early morning. We're probably talking like
Yeah, okay.
9-ish, maybe 10.
Okay.
So Natasha has disappeared into the stage door, which remains open for the rest of you.
Yeah, I'll follow. I think I'd follow. Just because I'm super sus of the fact that she's really going to get herself into some trouble.
Can I go sit in the crowd in the audience?
Can I just sort of poke my head round wherever she's gone, just to see where she's disappeared off?
So, as you look
like
into the doorway, you can see that there is this sort of fairly long corridor with a set of steps at the far end, and what appear to be like dressing rooms. All the way down, there's a rack with some fairly threadbare looking costumes on there, and just like some general bits and pieces. There's some like discarded tools and like a broom and mop and bucket.
Can I see where she's actually gone?
You can see that Natasha has just sashayed her way down to the very end of the hall, and then just with like a fairly elaborate slide has just shimmied into the last door at the end of the hall.
I'll cautiously go and sort of try and peek in quietly. Make
Faye,
sure
you
they're right
can't
and
see.
then-
You can't see any audience seats from this point, but you can see that the steps at the far end have a sign that says "To Stage" hanging above us.
Right. Okay.
Okay. What's everyone else up to?
I'm dancing the night away, apparently.
what you're
even
up
though it's
to.
the morning. Just checking.
Bagerac, what are you up to?
In your
Looking at my
wildest
new
fantasy.
shiny talisman-y thing.
Okay. James?
I'm going to be dancing with Natasha because I
Okay.
can't work out what else to do if I'm being completely honest with you.
Fair enough. Relaxio?
I'm glad you asked, Tom.
Hey!
It's always good when it
I'll
starts with that.
settle in.
Recently, I don't know if you know this, but Relaxio himself is really into pornography.
Okay.
Oh Jesus!
But
Just relax here, though. I swear.
Isn't that every teenage boy? But Relaxio's trying to broaden his horizons at the moment.
All right.
So this last fortnight, he's been learning to read Braille.
Okay.
In the hopes to invest his time looking at Braille porn. So I'm currently sat on a seat with a dirty magazine, giggling to myself, just rubbing my fingers across the page.
Just the page.
Check out the bumps on her.
Fair enough.
Would you
can
feel this?
Can you just make me a let's call it just a straight intelligence check?
Oh, yes, I can. Right, let's roll. I scored 6.
Yeah, you're fairly certain that this is the filthiest Braille porn that you've ever found in your life. This is stuff that is just blowing your mind. The rest of them are entirely uncertain why you are reading a medical textbook. More importantly, why you're reading the Braille version of a medical textbook.
You know.
Whatever floats
you
your
don't
boat.
get really, innit?
So, for those of you that have followed Natasha, you've now wandered into one of the dressing rooms, and the mask just bloop, falls off your face, and the music stops, and your hearing comes back. And you've got that little bit of disorientation, like you've just come up for air from going underwater. And standing in front of you is a very tall, very broad half-orc in a lilac dressing gown, completely shaved head, very, very elaborate eye makeup. It almost looks like peacock feathers around the eyes. And they give you this big smile, and you can see that there are little gems set into their tusks. And they just look down at you and go, Natasha, Duchess, darling, it's so good to see you again. How have you been?
Darling, it's been so long.
Oh, I've missed you terribly. Oh, it's so good to see you. How have you been keeping?
Oh, you know, by the by and everything. And how have you been doing? Looking splendid with those tusks, don't you know?
Oh, thank you. I had them set in only last week. Well, as you can see, and as you probably know from my mask message, I have gone into the directing game.
The director!
Yes.
Fabulous! Well, cause I always said that would be your joie de vivre.
Oh, you flatter me. Well, as you can see, I've purchased this rather rustic theatre, and I intend to put on the Meandering Squirrel's first major production. I dream of a hero.
I feel that is most apt for you. I'm so living for your choices right now.
Oh, I'm so pleased that you're here, and I must be frank. I hate to impose, but we've we've
Right.
had a few issues, and as
Hmm.
they sort of lead in and just go, and after that business, with the throttled goose, you.
Oh.
I hate to bring it up, but
Right.
I hate to be that guy.
you remember how we helped you out with the nobles and the.
Could I forget? Of
and
course.
the town
But
guard.
the only reason I pretend like it never happened was because I thought that was all best agreed that we pretended like it never happened.
Yes, and I'm happy to mention it no further. But I was hoping.
But you're mentioning it now.
Only because I.
Have people present, Qualcosa, they do not have to know about the throttled goose.
I will make no further mention of the incidents. But as you know, as is the performer's code, an eye for an eye. I really need your help.
Right.
I've invested pretty much everything I have into this theatre and this production, and I've been substantially aided by one of the local nobles, and I'm having some trouble with a few key aspects of the play. Chiefly, our wardrobe has not yet arrived. Special effects have arrived, but are in somewhat of an incomplete state. And we have commissioned some specialist makeup for the performers, which also appears to have not arrived yet. And I don't mean to panic, but the performance is tonight. And
Qualcosa, I need you to settle.
Composure.
Settle. Remember your theatrical breathing. In through the nose.
Yes.
Hold it.
Holding it.
Hold it. And out through the mouth.
Natasha, you always know how to calm me down. Thank you so much, darling.
Quite, dear, quite. Now, darling, where is this makeup coming from? Is this noble holding it?
No. The noble simply provided the necessary funds to grease the wheels of performance. The makeup is being commissioned from the Ashglade alchemical assortment over in the trade district. The wardrobe has been is being supplied by Arthur over at Boulder Down Finery, and as you can see, and she points to just a large crate next to her. It says, the special effects have arrived from a very promising young guild artificer, but due to their nature, they are not assembled yet. And I was wondering if I could possibly task you and your little troop here to possibly just run a few errands for me, just to get things back on track.
But of course, we'd have to.
Darling, thank you so much. Very well. Let's get to business. I need how many are you? Quick head count. Oh, good. There's 6 of you. Fantastic. Right. I require 2 of you to collect the costumes. I need 2 of you to go and collect the makeup, and I need 2 of you to assist me with the special effects, please.
Well, I'm sure I can help out with the special effects because, fuego, darling.
Oh, Natasha.
Can I just ask you a quick question? What was your name? Sorry, I don't think I caught it.
Oh, sorry.
Natasha, sorry, Natasha, what's her name?
Qualcosa, darling.
Qualcosa Cromwell. A pleasure to make your acquaintance. Oh, my word. Are you a changeling?
Yes.
Yes, you know.
Oh, how divine! Oh, truly one blessed by the gods of performance. Oh, to be able to transform oneself not only through performance but through physical change to any role. Oh, darling, you must have tread the boards once or twice.
Tread the what?
Tread the boards.
Performed,
Gone
darling, on
stage.
stage.
Oh, right.
Walk the plank, I think.
Lived the good life, as they say.
Can't say I have.
Oh well, we must see to that before you leave. We must.
Oh, but you must. She'd love it.
Oh, she would. She would love
Yeah,
it.
I'm sure. Anyway, to my question, I would just like to ask, where have all the good men gone, and where are all the gods?
Inspiration.
Thank you.
Oh, my dear, you know good men are so hard to find in this city.
Goes butt in and go, you weren't raised by orcs, were you?
Who, me?
No, half-orc.
Funny you should ask. Yes.
No.
Both of my parents were stagehands, and my mother and father saw that whilst I wasn't particularly skilled with an axe or with a bow or any weapons really.
You're a terrible orc.
I may be a terrible orc, but I'm a fantastic performer.
You could say you had a total eclipse of the warrior heart and found your actor heart.
Don't we all just at some point in our lives?
Yes. Living for this.
Very well. So, if Natasha, if you're able to help with the special effects, I need one other volunteer
Certainly.
to help me here.
Put me wherever you like.
I would love to, darling. I need 2 volunteers to go and collect the costumes, please.
I'll do it.
That sounds like a job
Excellent.
for a badger.
Yeah, I'll leave with Lours. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Terrible orc, I'm leaving.
Well, here's the directions, and she just scribbles down on a piece of paper how to find the tailors and passes it over to Lours. And I assume your winged friend and this strange young chap would be assisting with the makeup.
That's correct.
Wonderful,
Yes.
wonderful. Absolutely sublime. You have saved the
I
performance.
hope you like your creams extra salty.
Here is the directions to the alchemist, and hands a sheet of paper over to James.
I'm just going to climb on top onto James's back.
Onward, steed. No? Okay.
Yep.
Winged minion.
It's up to James whether or not he's going to allow it.
Yeah.
Where are the wings of love?
I'm
Fair
sure
enough.
we're all used to Relaxio climbing on it by now.
Fair enough.
That would
So
be okay.
James and Relaxio take to the skies in a beautiful, never-ending story-esque montage, albeit if it was with a really pissed-off wish dragon. Okay, so we're gonna break this down a little bit. So if we start with Team Wardrobe, so Bagerac and Lours first of all.
Yeah, Team Wardrobe.
So, the directions are to a shop called Boulder Downs Finery. Now, following the directions, this takes you to one of the more affluent districts within Waterdeep. The shops and the merchants here specialise in very high-end jewellery and clothing. There's some very posh restaurants going on there. And given your appearance, you do draw some fairly suspicious looks from the nobles and the other citizenry of Means. They're just sort of a little bit like, adventurers in this part of the city. What's that about? And fortunately, the directions are suitably clear that you managed to find the sort of garment area of this district as a long terrace of stores, and just between a haberdashery and a fabric trader, you can see this large bay window with several very elegant gowns and suits, all of them with this quite sort of ostentatious and elaborate detailing and decoration. And the name Boulder Downs Finery is in like gold script on the window. As you go into the store, there are a number of tailor's dummies displaying more of the shop's wares. And towards the back is a counter. There are some shirts and ties on display. And standing behind it is an older human male, balding, wrap of grey hair around the back, and a little set of pince-nez. And they're just going over some documents on the counter, wearing a smock with various pegs and threads sort of peeking out of the pockets, and the wrist has got one of those little like pin cushion things. They got their head in the one hand, and they just look up and go, "Oh no, what does our great visionary producer want now? I've only just started on the final adjustments."
How do you know that's what we're here for?
I don't mean to be disrespectful, but you are not a regular clientele. In the last 6 weeks, I have only had one irregular order with 3 new sets of measurements and adjustments in that time period. I've come to understand the type of company that Qualcosa keeps, and I assume you're here. Nothing about you, sir. Nothing about you at all. Just your employer.
Terrible orc.
I have to be honest, I've not met many of your kind. Though you are new faces, I apologise. And sort of gathers themselves. My name is... oh, sorry. Dry throat. My name is Arthur Boulderdown, and I assume you're here about the costumes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Very well. Well, as of right now, I've just started making the final adjustments on them, and they are not quite ready yet.
When will they be ready?
Unacceptable conditions.
Well, if I'm working by myself, they might be ready by tomorrow. If you're willing to lend a hand, we could probably deal with these within the next couple of hours.
Lend a hand how? I'm no tailor.
Well, fortunately, we are not making high fashion here, simply stage costumes at an exorbitant price and a reasonable toll on my own sanity. If you follow me, I'll show you what we're working with. And leads you to the back, and you can see that there are six dummies set up with costumes in sort of various stages of being finished. There's one that appears to be like a sort of like a squire, like a knight's costume. One for a member of nobility. It's a very sort of elaborate robe and such. 2 like wizard costumes. One in very sort of dark blacks and purples. One in sort of more blues and whites. And a couple of costumes for what look like sort of thief, brigand type affair. And you can see that there are like bits of stitching that hasn't been finished. There's like trim that's just sort of draped over the shoulders, waiting to be attached. And Arthur says, "Look, can either of you use a needle and thread and also read these plans?" And you can see pinned to each one is like a reasonably easy to follow stitching schematic.
So you say read, I can look at pictures.
I'll be honest, it's mainly pictures.
That's good.
Excellent. Right, if you can each grab a needle and thread and follow my lead. So, I'm going to need both of you to first of all make an intelligence investigation check.
God.
And this is basically to determine how readily you comprehend the plans in front of you.
9.
9 as well.
Hey.
Okay. So you take a look at the plans, and after some fairly exhaustive explanation as to what is an arm and what is a leg, you reckon you've roughly got the measure of what's going on there.
I was going to look at him and go, do I look like I wear many clothes? It's stupid.
Well, I've got to be honest, this isn't really combat gear. This is for a stage show. As long as it looks good from the audience's point of view, I think we'll be okay.
I just meant along the lines of I'm literally wearing shorts.
Yeah, you're pretty much standing there like a battle harness and jorts.
Yeah.
Okay, now follow my lead. So I now need you to both make a Dex sleight of hand check, and this is to determine how capable you are at stitching the various bits and pieces on.
20.
Ooh.
Not natural, unfortunately.
That's fine.
5.
5. Okay. As this is a group check, I'm going to take the 20.
Too kind.
So whilst Bagerac,
Mine looks like I'm just stapled it on.
Yeah, it's that kind of you've managed to attach stuff, but it's quite clumsy. Fortunately, Lours has taken to it a lot quicker than yourself, and has finished up the ones that he's working on. Is just able to quickly nip over and just correct.
I've got more stitches in my own finger than I have the.
Just tidy it up whilst you're working out why you've got so many small cuts on your fingers.
Yeah.
Okay. So this takes you maybe the best part of 4.5 hours at this point, going through each of the costumes with Arthur's assistance. I now need you to both make me a wisdom perception check, please. And this is just the final once over to see how close your finished results wound up to the original designs.
8.
Natural 1.
You are.
For a total of 9, ironically.
You are both super impressed with your own work.
We have done splendidly.
High five!
Yeah, you both just stand about going, damn, those are some fine ass costumes that we finished.
Roll strength check for the high five.
Oh God, don't make me do that, it'll kill me. I only have 40 HP. 42.
Yeah, well, that's actually not a bad check. Strength check both of you, please.
Why have you done that?
Good shot. Good shot.
That's a natural 20, so 20.
That's a 9.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
why are you doing this to me,
The high five is powerful enough to just boot you onto your ass.
Sit down. Sit down, shitter.
So Arthur's just kind of looking on. He's got his hand over his mouth and he's just kind of nodding, just like, those are definitely finished.
They're definitely together.
They are done.
Very well. I'll go ahead and get these boxed up, and good luck with the play, I guess.
Did you say this place was sort of fine clothes?
It's very couture. It's like the sort of clothes that are so fancy you can't help but look and go, that's wildly impractical, but I can see why someone would pay that price for that
Would you be in the fast lane from LA?
So it's basically Ann Summers. You're gonna pay 40 quid for basically some string.
Hey, I enjoy wearing it. Okay, I like how free. Right.
I like how the breeze feels on my balls.
Fantastic.
I like hearing the echoes of my slaps. If you know what I mean.
So moving on.
Their name attributed to the nightmare.
God, this is the sort of thing I lose sleep over. Right, moving on then. So you guys,
me too.
Finish the costume. Arthur has boxed them up, and you're taking them back now to the theatre. So we go to team makeup.
Hell yeah!
James and Relaxio, as you are gracefully gliding over the city. Relaxio reading instructions, and James becoming mildly infuriated that they appear to be continually taking wrong turns. You eventually find your way to the trade district. Now, this is one of the more modest areas of Waterdeep, and aside from the fact that you've just landed from the sky, your general appearance doesn't go with much sort of notice or astonishment. You can see there are a lot of other sort of adventurer and mercenary types in this area. The shops here, they cater to a wide variety of tastes and trades. There's blacksmiths, there's armourers, there's fletchers, trading posts, suppliers. It's all very, very busy, very bustling, quite noisy. And you follow the instructions that Quacosa has given you to what is basically a back street in this area. And
Could call them the Backstreet Boys.
90s throwbacks.
Other 90s boy bands are available.
What I like is that Em and I are so in sync when it comes to these jokes.
I could think of 5 of them.
I could no.
Hey!
Oh God, I'm gonna start.
I've never been able to
requiring...
do puns in my whole life, like, so I am on cloud fucking 9 right now.
I'm glad we could facilitate this for you. Right. Anyway,
What I like is a lot of us are becoming from boys to men, especially like yeah.
I'm gonna start rolling for psychic damage now.
I'll take that.
You're already. Also, I love that.
That one hit me so late. I was like, yeah. Oh wait.
God, and there we are. Mrs. DM has gone. KO downstairs. Right.
You could say she's in O-Town.
Oh, fuck off. Natasha, do you already have inspiration?
Not yet.
Stop encouraging.
Just take it and stop.
See, this is it. This is my campaign every
Take
time.
the inspiration dice and stop.
Just
Right.
fuck off.
James and Relaxio, back to you.
Oh yeah, we were doing
Do
stuff.
you
I
remember
forgot.
that? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
This is like
Oh,
2
yeah, we were
days
playing
ago.
this.
Anyway, so you
I feel
guys.
like I tuned into Radio 4 tonight.
The
The straight
Archers.
corner. Yeah, that's it. The Archers.
I've genuinely forgotten what I'm supposed to be checking for.
So we'll recap because it's been a while. So you two have found yourselves in the trade district to go to Ashglade's alchemical assortments to pick up the makeup for the performance, and you find yourself going down this side street, and you've followed the instructions, and what you can see in front of you is what appears to be like a farrier's yard. There's like horses stabled up and a small forge at the back. And just a guy working on an anvil, making up some horseshoes.
Okay. Hello, sir.
Looks at me. All right.
We are here to pick up some cosmetics.
Oh.
Is that how we wish to say this?
Yes.
Is that how we're talking now?
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Bolly.
I mainly deal with horses.
Horse cosmetics. Wink,
No,
wink.
just shoeing, shoes and hooves. That's mainly what I deal with.
I thought it was an
Hose.
apothecary, not a farrier.
Okay. I'm stuck, James. I'm really stuck.
What exactly is vexing you?
I don't know what we doing here.
I
did
can't
I get
remember.
here?
I was lost somewhere around all of
picking
the
up the
Backstreet
makeup.
Boys puns.
Yeah. We're here to pick up some makeup for the theatre.
Oh, you want Ella? She's through
Yes.
that door And he just points off to the side, and there's just one narrow door with a fairly sort of decorative but quite simple sign that just says Ashglade's Alchemical Assortments.
Well, I want to get out a gold coin. I'm going to flick it to the old stable hand, wink to him and say, "Thank you, gorgeous." And off we go to the door.
That's quite nice of you. Pretty boy.
It's like fake flirting.
Pockets the coin. Pockets the coin and just carries on, like trying to desperately make himself look so busy that you'll leave him alone now.
Oh, don't worry. I'm walking towards the door.
Excellent. So, as you open the door, you hear this ding, 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 ding. It just catches a little bell. And there's maybe like sort of 4 or 5 feet of space inside this door before it comes to a counter. And you can see that the space behind it is like more workshop than sort of storefronts. So after the immediate small space you've got sectioned off by the counter, there's this very long stretch filled with various apparatus. There's like beakers and files and burners going on, and stacks of storage crates along one wall. Some of them have got their lids open. You can see like little bottles stashed in amongst padded in with like straw and such. And the whole workshop's very dimly lit. There's like candles on wall sconces. But along all the desks, you can see these little small, like magical glow globes next to various books and concoctions on the go. You just hear a voice in the back go, "I'll be with you in a minute."
Do you want to take this one, James, or shall I go ahead again?
You go ahead. I'm enjoying it. So.
Okay. There we go. I got it.
I don't know what I was expecting.
It's
I
fine.
really don't.
After a few moments, you see this female figure emerging from the gloom towards the back of the workshop. They've got curly black hair tied up into a bun and this enormous pair of like green lensed goggles.
Wow, I'm glad you went with goggles. Oh,
It's an enormous pair of.
They've got like a heavy leather apron on, like elbow length, thick leather gauntlets. And as they're walking towards you, you can see them just like finishing off a sandwich. So go, Sorry. Welcome to Ashglade's Alchemical Assortments. I am Ella Ashglade, owner, proprietor, and partway through their lunch. What can I get for you today?
James, do you want to take this one, or do you want me to do it?
No, I'm really very much enjoying
You're
listening
gonna
to
ask
you.
that on
so-
every statement.
How did you guess my plan? We have been sent here to get some makeup for the local theatre.
Oh, Qualcoster's order. Yes. Yep. It's not ready.
Good. I'm glad you said that because while we're here, I was wondering if you could take a look at a rash for me.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah. What you got?
It's a bit of a private one, so we might need to go in the back room.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Come on. I'll take a look.
I'm nervous.
Are you two?
I am nervous.
Are you two both from the theatre?
Are you together?
You could say so.
That's fine. If you want to just
You see your bird?
I've given you inspiration. Knock it off.
That's what I'm about to do, Tom.
Oh God.
God.
All right. Yeah. If you want to follow me through to the back, I've got just a very standard set of medical ointments and unguents. So we'll take a look. If your Aarakocra friend wants to just wait here, if I can just ask you to just not touch anything, that'd be absolutely great. Largely because I'm only certain what about half of this stuff is doing right now. I'm still just kind of, feeling it out, seeing where it goes. But yeah, if you want to, we'll go take a look at that rash.
Good. So I'm gonna, as I follow into the back room, I'm gonna turn around, look at James, and give him a good wink as I undo my trousers.
Oh my god!
Nothing of this can go wrong.
Relaxio is back.
All right, let's have a look. What we got then?
Oh, you want me to describe what's happening?
He
beg you don't.
relaxioed his trousers.
Laxio, describe what Ella is presented with.
Why
Oh,
are you
dear.
Well, I'm
blaming
glad
this
you
on
asked,
yourself?
Tom.
Have you? Nah, not. That isn't that moment for this. That's for later. But essentially, it is a blue rash.
Okay. Okay.
It's a blue
Fuck, you
rash,
know.
sort of
Located.
in the crack of my buttocks.
In the crack of your buttocks. Okay.
Right.
Right.
I've been experimenting with magical items.
Okay.
Where have you been putting them?
Well,
She reaches for a fairly hefty looking textbook. And just starts thumbing through the pages. Any particular magical items been in that area?
it's a magical toilet roll. Funny enough.
Right. Okay. Magic toilet, magic paper. Was it? Right. And how frequently are you applying it?
I can't believe we're actually going down this route.
Why is this happening?
This is all because you turned my book into a medical book. Daily.
Okay. Okay. I've got to be honest. I wouldn't worry about it too much. I think it might just be friction. That.
Okay.
I'll be honest. Just kind of looks over to, kind of peeks her head around the door just to check what James is up to. James, what are you up to?
I'm going to be browsing some of the shelves, seeing if there's anything interesting. I'm not exactly up on alchemical stuff, so I'm not
That's
entirely
fine.
sure what I'm looking at.
It's another level, isn't it? To
That's-
your researching.
I'm gonna stab you. So she just checks to see where James is and just looks back and relaxing and goes, does your friend know that you're a Wanty?
Yes.
Do they know about the snake thing?
No.
Okay. Well, I've got to be honest. It's not uncommon for friction burns to go this colour. So maybe I'll give you. Take this, and she hands you just like a little pot. You know, like a screw top on it. Just when you've finished, you know, just apply a little bit of that, just until the rash goes down. All
Wait,
right.
does she think James and Relaxia are an item?
No.
I really hope so.
That's what it sounds like.
Certainly
After
sounds
he's
like it.
done.
Anyway, you said
Clean
you were here
yourself off on the
to.
finest.
You said you were here to pick up the makeup.
Yeah. Is that time allowed it to be finished now?
No.
No.
No. There's a couple of more steps that I need to go through. Would you and your
Boyfriend.
I
Girlfriend.
Yeah. All's fair. All's fair. I'm making no judgment. But you do, both between you, have a set of hands. Would you be able to help me just with the final steps on the preparation for the makeup? Because I don't know how much Quellcast told you, but this is some fairly specific stuff we've got going on here.
Not a lot.
Okay. She makes her way back out into the workshop and just kind of... I don't know what the general hand signal is to pull your trousers back up, but she does that.
Okay. Then I'll pull them back up.
Okay. Addressing James, she's like, I understand that you're here for the makeup. I just need a couple of extra pairs of hands to finish up the last steps. You all right with that?
Of course, anything to help out.
Fantastic. Right. Okay. She goes over to brings you both over to a workbench and goes, right. So we've got 2 sets of makeup that we're putting together today. We've got one master batch of like foundation, but it has been enchanted to amplify the speaker's voice. So as far as I'm aware, this is like just the base layer that goes on, but also helps your performers to like project into the audience a little bit better. And then we've got some just check some notes. Yeah, we've got some what Qualcosa has said as character specific illusion layers. Now I've enchanted or started to each one of these so that when they're applied to the character in question, they give them like just a little cheeky glamour to make them appear more like the character in question. So yeah. Now we've got first of all the main batch of the foundation, and then we've got the little individual glamours to work on. All right, all good.
Good.
Excellent, fantastic. Now I've got some notes next to each of the stations. If you just want to follow those through, that should be sufficient. So I'm going to need both of you to first of all make me an intelligence investigation check, please. And this is to determine your ability to comprehend the instructions.
Oh, 13.
Okay.
Sorry, intelligence investigation.
Yes, please.
9.
9. Okay. So, again, this is all very new to you. And Ella goes over a couple of points and just goes, oh, no, not that, like this, not that, like that. There we go. And you reckon after about 25 minutes or so of going over the notes, you've got a fairly good idea of what you've got to do next. So next step is going to be finishing the foundation. So I'm going to need both of you to make me an intelligence arcana check. And this is to determine whether or not you're able to recognise whether or not the enchantment that's set out in the instructions has actually taken properly.
Please tell me you got better than me.
Probably.
What did we get?
I got 5.
Okay.
Considering I've got a +5 on it, I'm definitely going to get better than you. I've got 17.
Fantastic. So yeah, with a little bit of guidance from Relaxio, both of you managed to get the foundation up to where it needs to be. And finally, I'm going to need you both to make me a charisma deception check. And this is for making sure that the sort of disguise glamours are marrying up correctly to their specific characters.
I've just rolled a nat 1, so I've rolled a 7.
Okay.
Put out there, Tom. What am I rolling for? Sorry.
So it's a charisma deception check, please.
Deception. Oh, 7.
Double test 14. Good score.
You're both fairly confident that these are going to work.
But wouldn't we be? We're clearly dickheads who don't know what we're looking at.
So with that, Ella crates up the makeup, hands it off to you, and as you're leaving, just says to relax here. If it gets any worse, just pop back and we'll see what else we can do for you.
Okay. Give her a little tap on the bottom and walk out.
That's
That's a bit of casual
that's
sexual
deeply
assault between
inappropriate.
friends.
So maybe hands off next time. And with that, we are going to move to Team Special Effects.
Fuego!
So, Faye and Natasha. So, Qualcosa has presented you with this fairly large crate, and on top of it is a note. It reads, "Dear customer, thank you for ordering from Diceolation Designs. Please find enclosed the devices requested per your specification. Due to the potentially energetic nature of some of these practical effects, they have been supplied part assembled to avoid activation during delivery. Full instructions have been provided as to their final assembly. We look forward to working with you again in the future. Sincerely, Shathas Diceolation, Guild Certified Artificer." So,
Wait, I know them.
You do know
Don't
them.
trust.
No, touch it.
So, inside the box, you find that there are a number of different practical effects set up and ready to go. There is a small box with various gears and wheels on it that's labelled up as a smoke machine. You've got small little vials that are from the notes appear to work like blood squibs, so just pop underneath the costumes to simulate injuries. There's various sound effects and lighting effects. And first things first, I'm going to need both of you to roll me a intelligence investigation check to see how well. No, just Faye and Natasha. Just to see how well you understand the instructions.
17, compadre.
Lovely.
Investigation, did you say? Sorry.
Yes, please. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. Did you get
20.
5?
I got 20. I got a plus 5.
Right. Yeah. Fortunately, you are both.
We are
You are both very. You pick up the instructions, no problem.
We're not the new kids on the block when it
No,
comes
we
to
are.
putting up.
Hey!
Oh, this is like stepping on Lego. Okay.
We are A1 quality, baby.
Hey, even better.
How can you even remember all of these?
Because we're all very old. Right.
I'm going to go with the terrible puns. And like, oh yeah, enjoy the rest of your life.
Oh wow!
Oh,
Oh wow!
No,
Get out!
no, that's inspiration. That's inspiration for Bagerac.
Oh, it was awful though.
I'm feeling so blue right now.
Ah!
You managed to say blue twice, I think, now.
Stop trying to corner the market on 90s puns. Right, so back to effects team. Next step is going to be assembling all of the effects.
Assemble!
So I need both of you to make me a dexterity sleight of hand check, just to see how deftly you manage to put all of the various components together.
Well, I can't get much worse than the first 2 sleight of hand checks I've done today. Oh, where were you earlier? 21.
The outrage.
I got a 7.
That's fine. Again, because it's a group check between the two of you.
I'm not bitter.
Yeah. So Faye, you're not quite as happy dealing with such like tiny intricate stuff, and you fumble it a couple of times. But between the two of you, you manage to put everything together per the instructions. Yeah. And I need you to both make me a wisdom perception check, please, just to basically cast your eye over and do final checks on everything.
I got 12.
12? Cool.
With my plus 3, I got a 6.
Okay. You're both convinced that this is all good to go.
Yay!
Hooray!
Okay.
No need to call 911 here.
You guys on another level.
God, someone stop it.
This is a prison I made for myself.
Oh, I missed that one. What was that?
Don't make him repeat it.
I said no need to call 911 with us.
And then I called another level, but I got drowned out.
Gods. Right. So between the various running abouts that you've done, this has taken probably the best part of maybe 5 hours or so. So we're talking mid to late afternoon by the time you guys all managed to get back to the theatre, and you gathered on the stage. You've got Lours and Bagerac bringing in the costumes, James and Relaxio with the makeup, and Natasha and Faye have brought the
Fair warning, everyone is
special
going to look
effects
exactly like Donald Trump.
onto the stage.
Just
It's
saying
alright.
now.
At least the performance will be short.
Hey! Oh, more years.
Fantastic.
Donald Trump, the angry
When did we become a political podcast?
We're just not.
We're also not a podcast.
Are
We're
we?
also
Are we?
not a podcast. Not yet, but maybe soon. Stay tuned. So,
Really?
If
as
someone
you
wants to sponsor us,
gather onto the main stage, Crocosa comes out from the wings and is just she just looks broken at this point. You can see she's been visibly sobbing. The elaborate makeup has started to run down at the sides. And she's like, "Oh, my dears, thank you all so much for your help. But I've just received some terrible news."
Oh dear.
What's wrong, my darling?
Oh, Natasha, it's simply awful. The principal cast were enjoying themselves at the Sword and Board Tavern last night.
Oh no.
I think
And
I know where
Oh,
They've been
God.
struck down with several terrible cases of being stabbed in a bar fight.
I wasn't there last night. You have nothing to prove.
Well, from what I heard, they were all saints, and perhaps some DLC should, you know,
Oh, we got to
bring
take
them
it
back.
back.
I'm just going to take a moment. I just need 2 seconds to compose myself.
Oh, yeah, I
Hey
feel like
now,
you did.
hey now, I hear what I say now. Happiness is just around the corner.
Okay. Okay, I'm back.
Honky, I feel like you're doing a lot of damage to this stream.
Hey.
That's for all the ethnic people.
Holy, oh my god.
Crocosa continues. Without
Need to
them,
turn these boys to men.
Crocosa is eternal.
I'll just let you guys run this next time. It'll be fine. Just leave it. It's like letting kids out. It's
Continue,
fine. It's fine.
continue.
Without my actors, I have no play, and with no play, I'll be ruined financially and literally.
Literally ruined?
Yes.
Whatever could you mean?
Well, this entire venture is being backed by the Fortescue family.
Yes, of course. The Squirtisview family.
What, the Squidward family?
At this, you hear a voice from
head
the
down
back of
the
the auditorium that just says, "I trust all is in order for tonight's grand performance." As you look over, you can see that there is an older halfling male, burgundy coat and tails, striding forward down one of the aisles, walking with a gilded silver cane in one hand and a top hat in the other, the hairs swept back and oiled onto their skull.
Do I know him?
Make me a history check.
Sure. Once my Discord plays ball. Oh my god. Nat 20.
Nat 20. Yeah.
22.
You immediately recognize this guy. You
Cool.
immediately recognize this guy because you bumped into them at the Rosewood Constructs party whilst you were masquerading as the Duchess. This
Hey.
is Lord Walter Percival Fortescue III.
It's
And
Grandpa Foreskin.
You know that his family are very proud of being patron to the arts. And as they step forward, Crocosa composes herself and goes, Lord Fortescue, how lovely to see you. Yes, everything is proceeding apace. As you can see, our supplies are all assembled, as our actors are just getting prepared.
Anyone would say we're the Nucleids on the block.
Oh.
Lord Fortescue looks up and goes, is this your principal cast? I trust that tonight's performance will be most enjoyable. For if it's not enjoyable for myself and the nobility, it will be a certainly unenjoyable following day for you, my dear. Ha! Well, I will see you tonight at the premiere.
Trust me, Mr. Fortescue, you will be simply bewitched by our performance tonight.
They stomp their cane a little bit put out and go, "It is Lord Fortescue, madam. Lord Walter Percival Fortescue III. And it would pay..."
I knew I would get a ride out of you. Oh.
Oh, God.
Oh, hello.
Really?
Are you okay?
That's the devil leaving his body.
Just Bagerac in the background, obviously.
Somebody broke him.
Lord Fortescue turns and quite huffily just strides out. Clockhouse turns to you and goes, "Natasha, darling, please, would you and your troop perform tonight?"
Certainly. It will be the new performance of Cleopatra, darling. It will be splendid.
Wonderful, wonderful. I know. I have backstage a set of I know how we can do this. I know. I know you're not familiar with the play itself, but I've got the stage directions and the notes. I can be backstage, and I have a set of earrings that the stagehands used to use to communicate between each other. If I give one of you each one of those earrings, I can give you your lines from backstage. I can give you what the scene requires and what you need to do, and then you can. It'll be brilliant. You can improvise the whole thing.
Oh, darling, the mystique of the theatre is nothing compared to our performance. Don't you worry.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Okay. We need to establish roles now. In this performance of I Dream of a Hero, there are conveniently 6 main roles. Now, first of all, I need one of you. I need one of you to be our hero, who is a young knight, bold and courageous, but inexperienced.
I don't think I can be the hero, but I'll definitely hold out for them.
Hey!
Laws.
Closer looks at you and goes, I don't understand. Who's going to be the hero?
Well, if they're young, it's going to have to be relaxed.
Oh, no, there's only one person it can be, I feel, and that's Jameson. The James.
Jamesy, Jameson.
He has military experience, you know, darling.
Yeah, big bird.
He could be the hero you've been seeking.
I just feel like he is a hero.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Okay.
Master Aarakocra, would you be the hero, the protagonist of tonight's performance?
I'll certainly try.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Now, every good hero needs a villain, and this one's an evil sorcerer bent on controlling the world.
Wow.
Sounding a lot like Relaxia at the moment.
Well, go on then.
Oh,
You insist.
fantastic, fantastic. Now,
let's tango, my friend.
Now, in addition to a villain, our hero needs a few other players in their lives. First of all, there is their mentor, who is a benevolent wizard and a teacher.
Sounds like Laurs. Oh, okay.
Wonderful.
Go on, darling. You
Natasha,
can be the sorcerer. No. Let Faix.
Oh, our changeling. Oh, wonderful. Oh, this will.
Oh
be
no, I meant Laurs. I want to play a dark character if possible.
Sure, I'll do it.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, I mean, as a druid, you must be familiar with changing your skin and taking on another life. It's very similar to that, only with less murder.
I'm out.
Wait, what?
Next, we have our romantic interest, a young noble and heir to the realm.
Hey! Hey!
Really? No, I think it's more Bagerac, is it not? I'm.
Want the battle scarred half-orc barbarian?
Who doesn't want that?
Can I hear all the characters before I choose?
Oh, don't worry, darling. The makeup that I've commissioned will disguise your appearance so you look more akin to your character.
Does Faye need makeup?
Well,
I could be Aaron.
we didn't have a changeling in the original lineup. This is an incredibly fortuitous boon, but unfortunately we had to commission the makeup in bulk, so we're lumbered with that regardless. So, who's going to take on the role of the young noble?
Fine.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And finally, we have 2 roles left for some roguish bandit mercenary types.
I'm in. Sounds good to me.
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful,
God,
wonderful. So, our strapping half-orc here and Natasha will take on the role of our mercenaries. Fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. Oh, it's going to be wonderful. And I will prepare behind the stage. I will carry out with the special effects. Anytime you need to, you can just call them up and we'll just roll with it. Oh, it'll be like back in college. Oh, it'll be so much fun. And with that, we're going to take a break.
Take on me.
Take
break.
Manborg.
Going to go for a break. We'll be about 10 minutes, and then we'll be back here to see how you guys perform. I dream
am
of a hero.
so excited.
Wonderful. Back in 10 minutes. See you then. And we're back.
Probably our quickest break ever.
That may be one of the more organised ones that we've had.
Nice.
So, it's getting on for early evening now, and the doors to the theatre are opened, and the seats are starting to fill up with various nobles and members of the aristocracy. So they file in, expecting a wonderful performance of I Dream of a Hero. As you peek around the curtains, you can see from one of the boxes above the cheap seats. You can see Lord Fortescue watching from there with, you assume, his wife. It's either way an older but very pretty halfling lady. And Quacosa has you all assembled behind the curtain. You've each got your costumes on, which, thanks to Bagerac and Lours' expert work, more or less fit. There's no obvious sort of problems getting you all suited and booted.
Dressed as a bandit, am I even wearing a costume?
You're wearing, it's not
Big
that
God,
dissimilar
right,
to
sorry.
what you were wearing originally. It's just got like a linen shirt on now.
Don't feel naked.
All of you have had your makeup put on, and you're kind of having to whisper backstage as you realise that any time you speak, it just projects your voice at about 5 times its normal volume.
Can I say that I've changed into a different skin?
Yes, yeah. What skin have you taken on?
Aaron, who you may remember that is it Arundel? No, what was her name? Was it Arundel? What's the, you know
Arundel,
the
the
yeah,
tiefling.
who was rather fond of until she realised it was just me. You know.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the 25-year-old human with black mop hair. He's tall, lanky, dark eyes, black long sleeve top, skinny black jeans.
Okay. Fantastic.
I'm going to yell across the stage then so it carries to everyone of, Laxo, you sorted that blue rash out then?
Yeah, there is a smattering of laughter from the assembled audience. You've all had your makeup applied, so the character makeup on top of the voice projection. What you find as you look at each other is you have taken on more of a sort of characterized appearance of the various roles within the play. James, you appear without... When you look at each other, it causes you a little bit of a headache to remember who you're looking at. But when you sort of let your eyes unfocus and do like that, sort of like you're looking at a magic eye picture, you can see each other as your play roles. So
you cut out a bit then, Tom. Sorry.
Oh, hang on. Let's just double check that microphone. Is that working? Yep. There we
It
go.
was just like 1 or 2 words.
Okay, so
Keywords.
yeah, you can.
I got the gist of what you were saying, but
Yeah. So as you look at each other, it's kind of like looking at a magic eye picture. You have to unfocus your eyes a little bit to see the character that you're looking at, rather than the person you've just spent however many months adventuring with.
Okay.
James, you have taken on the appearance of a sort of younger human male, kind of sandy blonde hair. Relaxio, you appear as a sorcerer in this very sort of dark black and purple robes. You're wearing like a almost like a skull mask over your face with like a hood drawn up. Lours, you've taken on more of a sort of an elderly, bearded kind of sort of Merlin-esque kind of appearance to you. Faye, you appear as a even though you've taken on the form of Aaron, the makeup is causing you to look more like a young girl.
Oh.
With like dark brown hair. It's kind of yours is struggling a little bit with the like gender
I,
shift
I can change to something else that's more suitable, perhaps.
going on. It's fine. Like the appearance is still projected to anyone looking at you from a distance away, but like up close, it's a real disconcerting sensation. And Bagerac and Natasha. Natasha, you've got this kind of like heavy furs going on, kind of look like sort of like a trapper. And Bagerac, you've got this sort of just like open shirt, like a little sort of leather kind of waistcoat thing going on, and you all hear this sort of faint sort of like static in your ear coming from these magical earrings that Qualcosa has given you, and you just hear her voice just go, "Okay, can everyone hear me? Just nod your heads. Nod your heads if you can hear me. All right."
Nod.
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 Okay, fantastic. So we're going to open with the first act, which is the best way for any play to start. So
Start at the
we're
very
going to
beginning.
we're going to open in a castle in a far-off land. The beloved king has passed away peacefully in their sleep after a long and prosperous reign, and their eldest child, that's you, Faix, you now stand poised to take the throne. Now, unbeknownst to the new ruler, an evil sorcerer, that's you, Relaxio, is preparing to make their move to seize power and take control of the kingdom by kidnapping the princess. Now, the young noble's beloved, a noble but inexperienced knight, and that's you, James, is training with their mentor, a wise elder wizard, that's you, Lours, in a nearby forest clearing. Whilst this is happening, 2 mercenaries are making their way to the capital, hoping to find a big enough score to pay off their debts to a bandit leader and buy their freedom. Now, as we open, this will be in the throne room, the first scene, where the young noble is coming to terms to deal with their parents' death, and they're about to make a speech to their assembled people. And towards the end of their speech, the evil sorcerer will appear in the throne room to kidnap the young noble. Are you ready?
Oh.
Oh, God.
All right. Break a leg, everyone. And the curtains pull back, and you can see on stage the scenery has been set up to appear like a throne room. And you can see Qualcosa sort of nodding to Faix to take the stage and make her speech to the assembled masses. And as you start to step out onto stage, you hear Qualcosa's voice going, "Oh, and if you feel that you need any special effects at all, just whisper them, and I'll deploy the mechanisms backstage."
What sort of special effects do you have?
So, quick flashback. From the crate, there are pretty much everything that you could require for what is relatively low-budget special effects. They've got sound effects through a noisemaker to anything that you can come up with. They've got like smoke machine.
DJ button, yeah.
There is a DJ button.
Dictionary.
There's smoke effects. They've got various sound effects. They've got all of your costumes are equipped with like these little blood squibs that they can pop off to simulate injuries. So yeah,
Okay.
there's a fairly wide range. If you think of something that would require a special effect, announce it, and we'll see what's waiting in the wings. So, lights come up, and Faix takes the stage.
My people, I cannot say I will live up to my father's greatness, but I will try my best to do right by you, and all I ask is you stay loyal in these dark times. I will be your leader that you deserve.
And you hear this swell of cheering. Like the crowd isn't moving, but you can see like out the corner of your eye, Qualcosa is like messing with the sound effects machine to give you the sound of crowd cheering. And then over the earpieces you hear, "Okay, evil sorcerer, you're up."
Can I have some thunder and lightning, please?
Certainly. And the stage lights start flashing,
Oh,
the smoke
God.
starts billowing onto the stage.
That's bloody imposing.
And then what I'm going to do, Tom, is I'm going to misty step into the middle, so teleport directly into the middle of the stage.
Well, that's bloody
Fantastic.
mysterious.
Inspiration if it didn't already happen on you.
I'll take it. It is I. Do we get given names, or are we making them?
You are just the evil sorcerer.
It is I, evil sorcerer.
Over the
I
earpiece.
am.
Faye, react.
What are you doing here?
Jesus Christ.
I am here to kidnap the vulnerable princess. Are we princess?
It's
Yeah.
a princess, yes.
Vulnerable princess, and take her back to my castle.
Evil lady.
I cannot
evil
allow
lady.
you to
now.
do this.
Do we have a plumber in the crowd?
Dude, stop it. That was my next joke.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And
What
then
is
to this
happening?
point, I walk over to Faye, and I throw my cape over her, and together we misty step out of the stage.
I can't see myself. I'm
The
confused.
The lights drop, and the curtain swings back. Quacosa starts pulling on some ropes, and you can see the scenery is starting to shift now and resemble a forest clearing. It's like, okay, young knight and wise mentor, elder wizard, you're up next.
What's the knight's
Shit.
name?
Young knight.
I can't remember.
I think I'm
Knight.
young knight.
Okay.
Okay, so remember, you are training in a forest clearing. And
Okay. Could you make
scene.
some sound effects of some rising thunder with some fire coming up?
Excellent. Yes. A growing
So-
storm, certainly. And she
Okay,
just starts
and I'm going.
picks up a big sheet of metal
I'm
and just
gonna-
starts smacking it every so often.
I'd like to race on the thunder whilst there is also flames coming up, rising with the heat.
Oof. That's a deep cut. Inspiration, nonetheless.
Yes.
So, I would just...
Well, they say the first cut is the deepest.
You've got
Oh.
inspiration. So the curtains pull back, and both Lours and James are on the stage, and you are practicing sword skills. Now remember, the mentor is trying to prepare this young knight to protect the kingdom.
So I swing at him.
Yep.
I
Go
block
for it. Just, yep. So Lours, if you can just make me a strength check.
Roll to hit.
17.
And
Oh,
James,
fuck off! What the
James, if
hell?
you can just make me a straight dexterity check, please.
Well, fuck you.
Call that a dodge. You need to remember the 5.
Duh.
Dodge. Come on, I get better runs in my shorts.
I'd like to dive out the way as he throws a wrench at me, please.
That's going to be another dex check, please. Lours, if you can also make me a dex check to see how the wrench does.
Ah, balls. 14.
19.
Oh, just got
If you can
fucking
dodge a
whacked.
wrench, you can dodge a sword.
So James, you're just clobbered in the side of the head with this wrench. Now it's clearly a stage prop because it just bounces off, but you're still having to stay in character and deal with it like it's an actual wrench.
I fall and sob on the floor. Oh wait, I'm a hero. I don't know.
Stand proud.
Ow, that hurt. Please stop. I try and dodge it again.
If you're gonna be a leader, you gotta do the dance in the dark. Like give him a
Oh,
a little
for
towel
fuck's
to wrap
sake.
around
11.
I should attack him again.
Yeah.
19.
This hero sucks.
We've had all campaign.
So the audience at this point are just like, they're sort of gasping and like, oh, he's really putting this guy through his paces. And you can see that they're all sort of like transfixed by this training montage where the benevolent elder wizard is just pummeling the shit out of this young squire in an attempt to toughen him up and prepare him for the rigors of battle. And you just hear both through your earpiece, and now the alarm has been raised at the castle, and you can hear there's a crash of thunder and the lights flash, and okay, young knight, you know that there's something going on at the castle. Go.
I look into the middle distance and say, "Blood has been spilled this night," with no inflection, intonation, or any other sign of outward emotion.
Performance check, please. Just for the hell of it.
Oh man. I can't spell performance. Hang on. Got it.
Yeah.
Put here. Oh balls. 9.
9. Yeah, there is no emotion in that statement. But you can see, like, the crowd is just kind of like, a little bit confused. And you hear over the earpiece, just going, okay, and we're going to pull the curtains down. And the curtains come back.
As the curtains come down, I'd like to ride off singing when they're taking the hobbits to Isengard.
Yeah, why not?
They're taking the princess to Isengard.
And just
Where did I go
as,
wrong?
as the curtains come down, you can just hear from like the front row and just go, I don't know where Isengard is. Oh, it's all very deep.
It's very far away. It takes months to get there, or 15 minutes on the back of a giant eagle.
So Corcosa's voice comes over the earpiece again. It goes, okay, so now we're going to move to our bandits who are making their way to the castle. So, Bagerac and Natasha, darling, quickly, on stage, the two of you.
Okay, I scurry on stage with Bagerac.
Okay. Now this time Corcosa's pulling on the ropes.
You're breathing!
Corcosa's pulling on the ropes, like, to keep the scenery moving. It's almost like it's on a track, so it looks like you're making your way through just along a forest road. Now remember, you have to let the audience know that you're trying to find work that'll pay you to get out of trouble with a bandit leader and buy your freedom. And go! And the curtains pull back.
Now, see here, son. We gotta find ourselves. We gotta find ourselves some work. If we don't find our work, we ain't gonna live long. Do you hear me? We need to find what we need.
Come on for whiskey again.
We needs to find a way to get the drink and then the work. Whichever way it may be, I don't know.
Corcosa's voice comes over.
I'm
the
just
earpiece.
waiting.
Corcosa's voice comes over the earpieces again. It goes, okay, you've just seen the castle in the distance, and you can see that there's a storm over the castle.
Oh lordy, there's a hell of a storm right round there. That there ominous looking castle. Might find ourselves some work. Don't you agree, Bob?
Yeah, well, we'll outshine, and we're in debt now, so let's just go.
Yeah, we ain't dead now. We may as well go up that there castle and just try and find ourselves some work. Let's go.
It's like an episode of Who Signs It Anyway.
As you both walk off the stage, the curtain comes down, and there is a round of applause from the audience. And Corcosa looks at you and goes, "That was wonderful, fantastic, such vibrancy, such life, such depth to the characters. Oh, lovely. Okay, now we're going to move on to the second act, in which our hero and his mentor encounter the mercenaries and begin their quest. So, we will open with the hero and his mentor making their way to the throne room to find that the evil sorcerer has captured the newly crowned noble and taken them away to their lair, which is a huge fortress in the mountains. We will then move to the fortress in the mountains, where the evil sorcerer will reveal their full diabolical plan to the young noble. We will then return to the castle, where the wise mentor will inform the knight they must rescue our young princess, but will need some help reaching and entering the mountain fortress. They will find the mercenaries, and they will enlist them to help in offer of significant payment as a reward. Very well, so we shall return to the throne room where the young knight and their mentor have found the princess kidnapped. Are we ready?
Go.
Okay, and curtains up, and they pull on the ropes. The scenery rearranges itself back to the throne room, and the curtains pull back. And both Lours and James make their way onto the stage. Okay, Lours, you've noticed that the princess has been kidnapped.
The princess is missing.
Oh no!
What a turn of events.
Oh no! Where has the princess gone?
James, remember that the princess is the love of your life. You're betrothed to be married.
I regret nothing. Okay. Oh no! Where is the princess? The love of my life.
It seems to me that she may have been taken to that giant castle in the distance.
If only we could travel there quickly, as if by flight.
That would be wonderful.
It's a shame neither of us can fly.
Alas.
I'd like to bring out some coconuts now and say, it's okay, we can ride across the breadth of the land. And I'll bang them together as we're moving.
But wait, you can't possibly go there alone. That's brilliant.
Using a
Come,
pot of fruit crab.
Not sponsored. A brave hero surely need help on your quest.
I missed that, sorry. What, brave hero something.
Do you need help on your quest?
Oh, yes, I would love help on my quest.
I know the names of these bandits.
Are the mercenaries in this scene?
No, this is just the young knight and his wise old mentor tactfully discussing their plans.
If you don't fancy going and saving her, I've got some hookers in my room if you
No,
Did somebody say hookers?
Oh, who is this?
Relax you. Remember the makeup.
Oh, sorry. I'm evil.
What are you doing here, Santa?
I can't.
Okay, Porcosa's voice comes over the earpieces again. He goes, quickly, agree to go down to the market square and find some mercenaries to help you.
Directed at Jay.
Either
sorry,
of
I
you.
thought that was it.
It's directed at either of you. The audience is staring.
Badger, breathing!
Yeah, Badger, you're
We need to go down to the market.
Okay.
Okay,
Still doing it.
both of you walk offset.
Yeah.
And the curtains come down to a fairly bemused and slightly bewildered audience.
This is curtains.
Oh,
Okay.
I thought we did Honestly.
Next scene takes place inside the evil sorcerer's mountain fortress, where he has taken the princess captive. And Corcosa starts pulling on the ropes again. It starts to assemble the evil lair scene, which is basically just an inverted version of the throne room. So there's a big evil throne, and there's like black pillars going on, and they start like banging the sheet metal to get some thunder, and you can see that the stage lights are flashing for lightning. Okay, Relaxio and Faye, you're up. This is the scene in which the evil villain reveals their plan to the princess on how they're going to use them to take over the kingdom, and how the princess is confident that someone's going to stop them. And go! And the curtains
Please,
come up.
O evil sorcerer, these are dark times for our land. They have suffered greatly and deserve some years of harmony. Please do not harm me, for we can live together. What is it you want?
I am glad you asked, young princess lady.
Something about that I'm glad you asked makes you wish you would.
I have brought you to my evil fortress in the mountain, so we should get married. Thus making me the king of the kingdom, and then you're going to have a happy accident.
Jesus.
Better than a happy ending, I suppose.
Leaving me
Children.
sole king of the land.
If only there was someone who could aid me.
I'm so evil.
I'm so scared.
Princess, lament the absence of your beloved.
I wish my beloved was here. He would know what to do, because I am but a lowly woman.
Now, I say, don't fear now, princess. I'm here with my gun.
Natasha, darling, you're not in this
Where
scene.
did you come from?
It's not me.
You're not in this
It
scene,
ain't me.
Natasha. You're not in this one.
I'll just go.
There you
away
go. I
again.
cast prestidigitation and just vanish. Like,
Oh, dear.
There's a
Don't be
sudden
startled, young princess.
swirl of smoke from the smoke machine just near to where you were.
Do not be startled. This castle is haunted by Southern American cowboys.
now see here. What in turn nation? I voted Trump.
Fantastic. Right, I'm pulling the curtain down.
This White Hood went on the wrong way.
So the curtain comes to a close.
Goodness.
It's like Corcosa's voice comes out. That was excellent. Well done. Right. Now we need the hero and the mentor and our two mercenaries who will meet in the marketplace. The mentor will agree with the mercenaries to employ them to help sneak into the evil sorcerer's fortress. You can see that the ropes are being moved again. The stage is rearranging now to look like a market scene. And Corcosa's just pulling on one of the ropes and just like making cutouts of people sort of move around in the background. Mm-hmm. Okay, and scene, and the curtains come back open again.
Now, see here, Bob. We gotta find ourselves some work. We're in the middle of a market square. We still haven't found work. We haven't found any whiskey. I'm considering this a big failure on our part.
You lost all the money of cards. It's your fault, idiot.
I couldn't
It
tell.
weren't the card. It wasn't my fault. It was the card's fault.
It sounds like someone may have taken your jobs.
Did you take our fucking job? Mom! Let's fucking get him! Fucking put a pile on him, piece of shit.
It sounds to me like you could use work.
Work? You got work?
It just so happens my protege here has some need of able hands. in
We
his
don't need to know
crossbow.
who or what your protege is.
I was gonna say, you look like somebody that just came out to
We just need that work.
Tom is regretting everything right now.
I am regretting exactly nothing.
I think
We just need that work. You say you got work. You took our derb. Now you want to get derb. What the derb?
What's this thing with his protege?
Forget about your protege.
That a gay?
Yes, I'll pay. What's the pay? The pay good?
The pay is excellent if you all survive.
Ain't no question of whether or not we'll survive. Question not of where we get paid.
Excellent. You'll get paid when the job is done.
The whiskey?
Sure.
Damn, that's all you had to say.
Stage effect to conjure whiskey.
Excellent.
Play some
Got
banjo
it.
music.
And you can see just like a lever, a lever gets pulled, and like a Toby jug just like lowers on a rope from above the stage.
And I sort of throw it.
Here, Bob.
Let her go doing some mystical shit.
They got some goddamn whiskey.
Oh, no, go hogging the law this time.
Oh, we'll follow you to the ends of the earth, sir. Maybe not that protege, but you, sir.
I'm sorry, I haven't understood what you said for a while, but would you like the job?
Just lead the way, sir. We'll deal with the rest and such. We'll take care of the whiskey, won't we, Bob?
Yeah, let me just have a look at that.
You hear Kokos's voice come over the earpieces. Excellent. Now make your way out of town and pretend like you're fighting goblins.
Oh, the goblins everywhere! Shoot them, Bob! Shoot them! Fucking get him! Get him! Get him!
Kokos is furiously pulling on ropes to make little cardboard goblins just sort of wander past and just drop over as you're making your way to the Sorcerer's Fortress.
Oh God.
And as the combat reaches its climax, the curtains come back down. You hear Kokos go, "That was fantastic!" There's a rapturous applause from the audience. Okay, now this is the final act in which the mentor faces the villain and suffers a terrible fate, leaving the hero alone to defeat them. So, we open with our heroes sneaking into the fortress. So that's our mercenaries, our hero, and their wise wizard mentor. And then we will move to a scene where the mercenaries hold off the sorcerer's evil minions while the wise mentor and the knight confront the sorcerer. Then, as the knight tries to free his beloved princess, the sorcerer and the mentor get locked in a terrifying battle of wills before the sorcerer strikes down the mentor. Then, following this climactic battle, the sorcerer and the young knight will engage in their one final struggle to save the kingdom, before making good their escape, joining up with the mercenaries, and getting out of the castle and riding off into the sunset. Is everyone ready?
Ready.
Excellent. Gladiators, ready.
Please, ready, darling.
We will open with our heroes sneaking into the fortress. So that's our mercenaries, our hero, and the mentor. And it starts pulling on the ropes, and you can see it's sort of like it looks like kind of like a dungeon setup now. There's like stone walls and some pieces going on. And go! And the curtains pull back to reveal you guys sneaking their way into the castle.
Oh, we do get them in there now.
Now what say you, sir? You say we gonna get paid a fine penny. I just wanted to know how many fine pennies we gonna get, cause we killed a lot of them goblins. Even took the head off one of them with my whip, you know, the whole Gorgonzola.
My pitchfork pines are all bent, you see?
I'm just going to walk awkwardly on the spot as if I'm walking forward.
I mean, hell, sir, we almost out of whiskey. It's really hard. It's really hard for us to perform without the kind of whiskey we drank. You know what I'm saying?
whiskey that I throw on the rope.
There's another whiskey deployment from the ceiling.
Well,
I
I said, hooey, there's some more whiskey. Look at that. Look at that shit. Oh.
Stop fucking hogging it.
I'm sorry, Bob. I'm sorry.
Okay, excellent. Right, make your way off the stage, and I'll change the set to the evil sorcerer's lair.
Curtains come down. Quakos is pulling on the ropes and shifting the set around. It goes back to the evil throne room, where we've got our evil sorcerer and our young princess held captive.
Okay, so the sorcerer will be gloating whilst the princess is worried about trying to escape, and then, after a few moments, our heroes will make their way in. The mercenaries will remain outside to hold off the hordes of soldiers that have spotted them, and our hero and his mentor will make their way into the chamber. And go!
The curtains pull open. Relaxia, you find yourself square centre of the stage, spotlight on you. Faye, you are fake in a cage. There's like basically just like a stand-up like cardboard cage in front of you.
I start having horrible flashbacks.
I'm gloating because I'm winning. Gloat, gloaty gloat. I'm so awesome.
I am so trapped. What
Okay.
will
Oh, what
become of
a
me?
terrible turn of events.
Young knight and mentor enter the stage. The young knight tries to free the princess, and the mentor battles the evil sorcerer. Go!
Don't worry, I'll save you from that cardboard prison.
I squarely look at the old mentor and I say, I've been waiting for you, old mentor. We meet again at last. The circle is now complete. When I left you, I was but a learner, and now I am the master.
Something dark side.
Your powers are weak, old man.
At this point, I've been sprung from the cage, and I go, "Oh, love of my life, I am completely fine without you because I was merely joking when I said I was a lowly woman. I do not need you to slay this evil sorcerer, for I invoke a blood curse of the bloated agony."
Dear God.
Okay.
Sorry, are you blood cursing me or?
Relaxio.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, no, that's fine. You to you.
Remind me just briefly what blood curse of bloated agony does to a stage performer.
It causes them to painfully swell until the end of my next turn. For the duration of this curse, the creature has disadvantage on strength and dex ability checks and takes 1d8 necrotic damage if it makes more than one melee or ranged attack during its turn.
What part of him swells? Because this could go really poorly for you.
Yeah, that blue itch is back.
All of it. I would then like, oh yeah, not so buff now, are you, evil sorcerer? I would then like
Quickly,
to do.
evil sorcerer, look enraged and strike down the old wizard.
Ah, I'm so enraged.
I would like a giant look of the Irish sign to fall on me.
And I look at the old wizard and I cast Thunder Step.
Oh God, do I actually take damage for this?
I dearly hope not.
That definitely means that you take 1d8 necrotic.
That's
wait,
fine.
It's a spell, is it?
Worth it.
So at this point, I teleport myself to an unoccupied space on the stage.
Okay.
I immediately disappear and a thunderous boom sounds. And each character within 10 feet of it must take a constitution saving throw, which you're going to fail.
Okay, Lours, if you can make me a constitution saving throw. Relaxio, if you can take your required 1d8 of necrotic damage, please. Faix, if you can. Faye can roll the 1d8 because it's
Yes,
her
please.
damage.
That's that one, isn't it? Yeah. 3.
I'll take it.
Take 3. And Lours, how did you do on that Constitution save?
13.
14. You are going to take some damage now, sir.
Okay. Being as this is a stage condition, I'm going to reduce the damage to 1d10.
Well, he takes 10 damage then.
Oh god. Okay,
God,
so Lours, you take 10 damage, and you all hear Corcosa's voice over the earpiece going, "You're going off script, and I'm loving this. It's so visceral. Now, the mentor has to fall to the ground as if mortally wounded for the young knight to rush to his side to hear his dying words."
Alright, rush to his side. Oh no! You're gravely injured.
Cocksucker! And I use minor illusion to fire a load of arrows at the warlock because he's killed
You're
our
not in the room.
It don't matter. You killed our only source of pay, you son of a bitch. You're going fucking pay.
Yeah,
We're outside.
a swarm of illusory arrows fly across the stage.
Goodness.
I lie on the floor, grabbing my knee and going.
James, act like you're cradling your mentor as he gives you his dying uses his dying breath to impart a secret to you.
Okay. I cradle him to my bosom. Now what? Oh, Lours, you need to talk.
No things. Sorcerer is your father, and also you can use his blue rash against him.
No, don't go. I have so many questions. Like, if they sell sausages in bags of 8, why do they sell sausage buns in bags of 12? It makes no sense.
It's clearly the other way around as well. It's 12 sausages to 8 buns.
I don't know.
Fucking waste, man.
With that, the stage goes dark and the curtains come back, and you hear Qualcosa go, "That was excellent! Quickly, everyone off stage. There's an interstitial scene where the mercenaries are fighting a horde of goblins."
Okay.
So you guys clear off, and the ropes are pulled, and the stage is rearranged to look like a hallway. And again, the sort of like moving goblin cutouts are now making their way back and forth across the
I
background.
used prestidigitation to make like a sound of fireworks. So and like crossbow twangs as we start rapidly firing off arrows at these goblins. And I'm like, now see here, Bob, these fucking goblins, pieces of shit. I spit on them.
Well, clear, son. I've got my pitchfork left. But
Whilst just saying all of this, Qualcosa is like hurriedly trying to reopen the curtains because she hasn't pulled them open before you've started acting. So she holds it, they just like whip open super fast, and you guys are mid-goblin
Once
fight.
it starts, you just can't stop them.
I've even lost count of the amount of goblin heads I've taken today. Our pay and our whiskey is gonna be something fucking special. You know what I'm saying? We go in, boy. They be little bitch boy goblins.
I got one. I'm going to keep this head.
Yeah.
Excellent. Now, fight your way off stage, quickly.
All right, let's make our way this way because it's the shortest way. Because my arm getting tired with this big fucking crossbow and shit.
Let's go get us another drink.
Yeah, whiskey from the ceiling.
You make your way off the stage just as the curtains close. Another whiskey jar just drops. Just like, it's not even on a rope. This time it just shatters on the floor.
Okay.
Now, we're going to go back to the final climactic battle between the young knight and the evil sorcerer.
Ropes are pulled and stage rearranges itself to the throne room scene, and this time it is just Relaxio and James on stage. And go! And the curtains pull back.
You will never defeat me, young knight. I am far stronger and bigger, well, better endowed than you.
That's because he's a protege, sir.
Natasha, you're not in this scene. I love
Sorry,
what you're
sir.
doing, but shut the fuck up.
It's a hillbilly ghost again.
I like to I pull out a big wrench that says blue rash and yell, "Dodge this!" and throw it at him.
No.
Relaxio, take the wrench to the face and die like a fucking king.
Play me a metal hitting metal.
Now who's the party gay?
My face! Oh, how did you know my weakness of wrenches? Oh!
Quickly, princess and mercenaries, get on stage and make like you're making a big escape.
Go down this way, miss. We gonna help you.
Get the hell out of here. There's castle falling apart, I swear. There's moss and there's cracks and there's shit. There's all this goblin blood, I swear. It's tearing this castle apart.
I'm gonna jump into James's arms and be like, "We must leave."
Shame you can't just like fly away or something. Use some magic trick or some shit. We gotta run.
Okay.
Only we had.
Why don't they just
something
put
to
like
fly
slides on castles or some shit so you could just like slip and slide all the way down?
Everyone, make your exit quickly. Evil sorcerer, use your dying breath to vow revenge.
I get carried off stage by James.
We fucking
so,
run. We
but-
just run straight at. We ain't pussy
No, we're riding horse. We're going to ride these horses.
Oh,
Like bang
yeah.
coconuts
Look.
together as we run off.
God, there's so many horses.
that sound.
We ain't
That
gonna
sound-
follow those people.
That
They
there
gonna
horse sounds protege as hell to me.
Evil
We best follow
sorcerer,
the protege. He gonna do pay us.
evil
We got this.
sorcerer, vow your revenge with your dying breath.
I think he's dead.
Can
Too
I
late.
go?
We legit killed him.
As
God.
we run off, I shout, "Quick, because he's vowing revenge to kill us, but only I can hear it for some reason." For some reason. And now we must all leave.
You can
best
see
go down
Pocoso
follow
is
him.
like
I can't pay them.
desperately cranking up the music machine, just pulling on ropes, and you can see like bits of masonry on rope, but just like dropping down and bouncing up to sit like just to give the impression that the castle is collapsing around you. And then the furious pulling on the ropes changes, and the background changes to a sunset with a series of silhouetted horses riding off across the horizon, and the curtain comes back down, and there is rapturous applause from the audience. Quacosa says,
Quickly, everyone, get the fuck on stage and take your bows.
I get in there.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, darlings. Thank you.
curtain comes back up, and it's standing ovation time at this point. The entire crowd is on their feet. They've been enthralled by this performance, and they are just going wild with praise. There's flowers being thrown up onto stage towards you. They are loving it.
Yay.
James, can you make me a perception check, please?
Oh God.
Oh shit.
I don't imagine it's going to be very good, but I'll try. Oh, 19.
19, yeah. Looking around, you can see everyone is absolutely loving this performance.
It's just one person,
With
isn't it?
one exception.
Oh.
Standing at the back of the theatre is this enormous figure in armor. And I need everyone on the stage to make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Oh, shit.
Whatever it is.
Oh, my rolls are so bad tonight.
Oh, that's
Oh,
no
shit.
good. That'd be a 9. That'd be a 9.
Oh,
Yeah,
hang
do we
on.
see this
Inspiration
coming?
lets me roll. Hang on.
Oh,
Does
yeah,
let you roll
Oh,
again?
inspiration!
Inspiration.
Yeah, inspiration lets me roll
yeah.
again.
Oh, thank fuck for that. Fucking hell.
Oh, good. I did so much better.
I know.
I got a
I was just
10.
saying it. I was just sitting there thinking, great, I pulled a Natasha.
I've done 2 Natashas today. I've gone from a 9 to a 10.
Okay.
I've gone.
Did anyone roll over an 18?
Yes.
Okay. So with the exception of Faye, all of you take 10 points of fire damage as this enormous fireball is just hurled from the back of the auditorium and smashes onto the stage. Faye, you take 5 points.
Oh.
Do you know that? I kind of feel like I wasted my.
Wait a minute, I've just been fuegoed. I'm the only fuegoer here.
Standing at the back, you can see this enormous figure now.
Is it Powell?
In full plate mail. Glowing eyes underneath their helmets.
It would also not be this accurate.
And they look at the stage and just go, "That was shit!"
Whoa!
Don't blame me, bro!
The entire auditorium has now panicked and started running out. I'm going to need everyone to roll initiative, please.
He fucking flamed us, motherfucker. I'm going to drop him.
I was going to say, can we roll back? No, you're shit and throw a javelin at him.
Can we throw wrenches at him, please?
Plastic wrenches.
Oh, fuck.
Why is my thing not doing what I wanted to? And by that, I mean my hand. Oh my god, what is wrong with my rolls today?
Yeah, I'm going to start rolling, like, off-screen, like faders.
Yeah, because I'm lying to you all.
So...
Not because you're lying, but because I think that Avray's out to get me today.
Bagerac, what did you get?
8.
8. Faye?
18.
18. James?
Oh, yeah.
8. No, 13. Sorry. For some reason I was reading badges.
Lours?
19.
Wow. Natasha?
8.
And finally, Relaxio.
14.
Fuck off.
Notice how all the people rolling off screen got very decent rolls.
I rolled off screen as well on my D20 and still got the exact same score as I did on.
Okay, so as this figure starts making their way towards the stage, you hear over the earpieces, "Oh, shit! I might have forgotten to mention that the theatre was haunted."
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Thank you so much, darling, for telling us.
I'm sorry. I thought it was a joke.
Back into your room. We'll deal with this.
Wait. Hang on.
Lours.
Are you telling me that hang on? Are you just saying that it's only the theatre that's haunted, not like anywhere else?
It's kind of implied by theatre they mean the building.
Right. So we could just leave.
All
I'm saying is we could just legitimately fuck off and leave him to it.
As this is no longer our problem. However,
this is not my problem.
It is now Lours' problem. Faye, you're on deck. Lours, what would you like to do?
I'm going to cure wounds myself at 2nd level, first of all, because I am
Cool.
really badly injured.
Did you literally lose 10 health and nearly die?
Well, I'd already done 10 health
You've
to him.
already done 10 to me. 14 to myself.
Cool. That's fine. Any movements or...
I'll use my bonus action to transform into a giant boar.
Ooh, okay.
And leave the theatre.
And bravely ran away. Cool.
That's
So you're changing into a giant boar.
Yes.
He's brave, Sir Rob.
Fair enough. Cool. That the end of your turn?
Yep.
Excellent. So, Faye.
How
you
far away is this
are
poltergeist?
up. Relaxio, you're on deck. This thing is maybe about 40 feet away from you.
Sorry, 40 was that?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to drink my mutation of rapidity.
Yep.
Rapidity? Rapidity?
Just don't. Yeah.
Celerity.
Rapidity.
No, it's a different one to celerity. And I will
Unlucky.
run at it because my movement speed is now 40 feet.
Excellent.
No.
Yep.
And I will go for a double sickle. Wait, can I do quadruple? I've done that already.
If you've bonus action, that would take away.
Yeah, so just double sickle tickle then, please.
Cool. That's fine. Roll to hit, please.
Warming them up this time.
Nat 20.
That
So
definitely
26.
hits.
Fuck him up.
Lay into this sick here, son bitch.
6 damage.
Excellent.
And then the other one is 15 to hit.
So yeah, both sickles tearing into this phantom.
6 to hit on the second one as well.
Yeah, the first one does a nice decent chunk of damage. The second one just kind of pings off as they start to raise a shield to block the second attack. Okay. Anything else on your turn?
No, thank you.
That's fine then. So, Relaxio.
He's on deck. Sorry. No.
Relaxio is up. James is on deck. Relaxio, what are you doing?
I'm going to go back to an old favourite of mine.
Yep.
You know, I'm going to cast Scowls of Murshok.
Excellent. So as you whisper a prayer to your snake daddy, your entire body is suddenly covered with this sort of glowing, iridescent green set of scales.
Yep. I temporarily get a 15 HP boost.
Yep.
And I'm going to move forward 20 foot.
Okay, no worries.
And I rest my case.
That is fine. Okay, so end of your turn. James, you're up. Natasha, you're on deck.
Bonus action Zephyr Strike.
Of course.
As my standard opener.
Friggin' standard.
Standard mate.
I'm assuming that as much as I haven't been flying, it's not because they're actually hidden into my clothes. I can use my wings.
No, your wings have been like on display the whole time. The makeup has just hidden them from view.
Right. So I can still. Okay. In which case I'm going to fly at him.
Fly at him with an angelic soundtrack.
Exactly.
I don't know any more words after that line.
And I didn't do that right. I'm attacking with advantage.
Yep.
I believe I can fly.
20 to hit.
I believe
20 hits,
I
yeah.
can touch the sky.
And that is 11.
Think about it every night and day. Protege or protege.
We've used
hang
our
on a sec.
inspiration now, so does that mean that we can get more?
That's what I'm saying. There's a chance.
If you've used your inspiration and are using 90s pop hits to farm some more, please stop. Please stop.
80s it is.
Sorry. Tom, did that hit?
20 hits, yes.
25 damage.
Whoa.
Jesus.
I could do that kind of shit. My
Yeah.
6 damage. It's a fool.
You are furious at acting. And have just like driven the rapier like hilt deep into this thing. It's gone through the shield and through their breastplate.
Fuck that guy. 21 to hit.
Also hits. Roll
Second
some
attack.
damage.
Only 10 this time.
Only 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, only 10. The second attack is basically you pulling the rapier out with enough force to like gouge it back through.
Oh, may as well like waved a feather at him.
Might as
Fucking
well just
10.
kick him in his phantom nets.
May as well just farted in his face.
Cool. So, Natasha, you're up. Bagerac, you're on deck.
How far away is this thing from everyone?
Oh,
This-
sorry, I meant to say I moved 10 feet away from him.
Of course you do. Yeah, that's fine. So this thing is about 40 feet away from the stage where you are.
Okay.
So far, we've got Faye and James in melee combat.
Okay, but I can shoot behind the guy, right?
You can certainly try, yes.
Yeah. So I'm gonna aim my fireball to start behind the guy and get it so that it only hits this flamer.
Okay. So we're dropping a fireball behind this dude.
We are going straight fuego, baby.
Nice.
He threw one at us. He threw one at us. I'ma throw one at him.
Excellent. So you throw a fireball inside of a now unoccupied theatre.
Is that because it's the Chicago way? You pull a gun. He pulls the knife. You pull a gun.
I mean, he threw a fireball, so boing flip, innit, bitch.
Bounces off me, sticks to you.
Pretty much.
Sorry.
I'm rubber. You're on fire. Cool. Yeah.
I'm rubber.
so-
You're fuego. Whatever you say
they-
doesn't matter. You're still on fuego.
They need to make a dex saving throw. Am I right?
They do. They do.
Okay, so it's going to be that's a 16.
Oh, they just make it.
Okay, roll me up some damage then.
Yeah. Bugger. Oh, are you sure? Are you sure it wasn't a 15?
It was definitely a 16. I'm afraid.
Balls. Okay.
Does it,
so
does
half...
it roll up or down?
Halving it rounds
sorry.
down.
Okay.
So 17 damage.
Okay. I mean, it's still a not inconsiderable amount of damage. This guy is basically bodily hurled forward by the force of the explosion. And now their back is on fire.
Fucking lamer.
As
Back
is
on fire.
most of the back row of seats.
Mm.
Well, yeah.
Well, if it
Well,
wasn't ruined, it is now.
Oh, well, do you know what? I imagine the stage isn't doing very well since he threw one at us, so fuck it.
Excellent. Anything else?
Ooh, think I'm good. Wait, no. Yeah. No, I can't. Do you know what? I'm going to cast a cheeky bit of second level healing word on myself.
Cool. Go right ahead.
2d4 plus 5. Cool, that's 10 health. I am back to full health.
Fantastic.
And I
Okay.
end my turn.
So, Bagerac, you're up.
Well, obviously, the fact that you said our performance is shit, I'm going to fly into a rage just at that.
Well, yep, that's
I would too, mate. I would too. We were
Yeah,
we were
the best
sensational.
people in
We
that
were
club.
sensational together.
And I'm going to charge the guy, take a swing.
Excellent. Roll to hit, please.
I'm going to attack recklessly as well.
Yep.
Just fuck this guy thinking we're shit. That's a nat 20, 29 to hit.
That definitely hits.
Christ.
So that
There is no way I can contest that a 29
Jesus.
hits anything. You either are a
You shot
god or
two
can
nat
kill a
20s
god, and I
as well.
don't know which is more terrifying.
Yeah, you
We've seen the double nat 20
both
there.
Yeah, it was a
critted.
double
That's
nat.
Those are both
outrageous.
crits.
Yep.
So that's what? 20.
26.
Yeah, 26.
I think that's
Right,
27, mate.
27. No, then I've got to roll another one as well. 27. Roll 1d 10, 27, 28, 29, 32 damage.
Is this thing dead? How do you want to do this?
Is it though?
Is it though?
So yeah, you've like opened this thing's chest up, and all you can see inside is just this burning like flame core. Kind of, if you stare at it long enough, would probably look like a skeleton. But this thing is like just a suit of armor infused with a flamey skeleton. And you can see all of that because you've just torn off a good chunk of the front of its breastplate.
Oh, good. Could I get a second attack so I'll take another swing if it's not?
Yeah, go for it. Why not? Sure.
Yeah, fuck it.
Can we use this?
I want this to be another crit.
No,
I mean, 26.
Oh, it wasn't close. It wasn't far off, was it?
27 to hit.
27 definitely hits. Roll me up some
And
damage.
That would be 8 damage.
8. Okay.
Did you mean that to be with the javelin?
No, I did not. I've pressed. Oh, 1 sec. I pressed the wrong thing. Should we just?
Okay, you hit it with the
Yeah,
javelin.
we'll just say
enough.
you just stabbed
Yeah.
it with a melee javelin. That's fine.
Yeah, why
I'm
not?
happy to accept that. You've like
He's
just
so
rammed,
angry, he just lobs random things.
just
at it.
rammed the javelin up through the breastplate, and it's just gone bing and just hit the helmet's just like flown up
It
and then
was
landed
meant to
back
be
down on
with
it again.
The long
To be honest, we're probably lucky not close enough to Natasha to just pick her up and belt him with him. Sorry.
Well,
It's-
it doesn't make that much difference on the damage anyway, so just yeah.
Fair enough.
I mean, you attacked with the javelin again.
Yeah, but I
dickhead.
pressed longsword there. Fucking 1 sec.
Right, press what? Press 2.
3.
Elven.
Yeah.
Oh, 3,
There
sorry.
we go. Yeah, it makes no difference because it's about the same damage. But I mean, yeah, it was just doing my head in way it wasn't working.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Anything else on your turn?
No, there is nothing else I can do.
That's fine. Right. This chap's turn. So, given the brutal attack from Bagerac, they're going to draw a longsword and swing at you. Do they get advantage because you're raging or reckless?
Reckless, they do, yeah.
Excellent. So, that is a 38 to hit.
Wow.
38.
Wait, 38.
Wow.
No.
38 to
I
hit.
back down from that.
Does that hit?
Just.
No.
Just.
You're not the only one that can
What?
pull out ridiculous fucking damage levels tonight.
75.
Does a 78 hit? Maybe.
Okay. Does it hit? Yeah, fucking hits. Right, so you take
I was
nine,
like, nah.
9 points of slashing damage. It'll be halved down to 4.
Yeah.
And you also take 24 points of necrotic damage.
Is that
Holy shit.
Wow.
Is that already halved or not?
No, halved down to 12.
Seriously haunted theatre.
Did you roll that damage roll?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I can subtract from that with cutting words with a damage roll.
It's already been rolled though.
I know.
I know. So, they're now going to take a swipe at Faye.
Yay!
You don't want to miss out all the fun, do you?
Come at me, bro.
That's a 28 to hit.
Yes. I use
about
my armor class, right, to
Yep.
fight this.
Yep.
Yes, I have.
Yep.
an armor
Just check.
class
Just run the
of-
maths for me.
Well, it's a 2 plus a 11, so 13.
Yeah, I think that probably hits.
Yep. Looks like it.
Yep.
Wait, reactions.
I mean, since my armor class is 20, and he managed to hit me with a 38, I think he just about hit you too.
Well, let's not go shouting.
Okay. Yeah, you take 15 points of slashing damage.
Damn, son.
Jesus.
You also take 14 points of necrotic damage.
Ooh.
Oh shit.
Damn.
He
Come at
really
me, bro.
didn't like our play.
Paella would be dead from that.
Paella would be dead with the first hit.
I'm just saying that we can all, if we want, disengage and just get out of the building.
It's good to know you're.
You're gonna
so
you
run
just
away.
let.
I'm just
you know
saying,
what?
I'm
You just let people throw fireballs at you all day, huh?
Just anyone that is like an armored flaming skeleton.
No.
But
Allow this nonsense.
maybe I let it slide and I just leave because they're stuck there and I can do what the fuck I want.
We ain't no
We
fucking.
could, for
fool.
instance, go and have some drinks and maybe a bit of pit fighting.
That sounds like Renegade talk to me.
Just putting it out there. We could just leave and he could get on with it.
James,
He's obviously very passionate.
are you flying?
It
Nope.
depends.
Nope.
I mean, I was going to
when
say
you moved
yes.
your 10 feet
now
back, did you fly 10 feet back?
He didn't specify.
well,
so no.
I didn't specify actually. To be honest, I was thinking that I flew up and away, but
That's fine. Make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
oh shit. Oh, hang on. Save wisdom. 16.
16. Yeah, you're now paralyzed as this thing raises a hand to you and like grips you.
Oh, am I close enough to him to grab?
Yeah. Not grab, but magically grab.
No, I'm 15 feet away from him.
Magically grab.
Are you more than
like I
60
heard a
feet away?
counterspell
Because if
knocking around
not,
there.
Oh,
you've just been hit with hold
sorry.
person.
You've been gripped.
Counter spell.
Cool, that's fine. Counter
Oh, thank God.
spell. 2 seconds. If I remind myself how a counter spell works.
If the creature is casting a spell of 3rd level or lower, its spell fails and has no effect. If it is casting a spell of 4th level or higher, make an ability check using your spell casting ability.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that fails.
Cool.
Oh, thank fuck.
So you feel this sudden wave. You see this thing just like reach up and like try to distance grip you, and you feel this sudden sort of like closing pressure around you, and you struggle to regain your altitude for a second before you see Natasha just whip out a sick cord on the death loose. And this thing's hand just like sparks and it pulls back.
I say, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Cool. So, back to the top of the round.
Shit.
Lours as the giant boar of warfare. Giant boarfare. Let's go with that.
Nice.
You're up.
Modern
you're on
warfare.
deck.
How far am I away?
Call of pork, modern warfare.
So,
I'm
Lours, you're up. Faye, you're on deck.
How far am I away from it?
If you're still on the stage, you're about 40 feet away.
Okay. I will. That is my movement speed, so I will just charge at it and use a tusk attack on it.
Cool. Roll to hit, please.
Is I get that, and I just rolled it. It's a +3. So if I get that. Oh, what did that actually land? Oh, 23.
23 hits. Roll up some damage, please.
I also get. So I get 2d6.
You get bonus for like
2d6
pig
and
shunting.
regular 2d6. So I get 4d6. That's not too bad.
It's not too bad. at all.
4d6. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
That is ass.
Oh.
That is 12 total, and they have to do a strength saving throw, I think, or get knocked prone.
Cool. So take 12 damage first of all.
Yeah, and then if strength DC 13 saving throw, or they're knocked prone.
Sorry.
If it's a creature, that is. I don't know if it is a creature.
I mean, they would fall on their ass, but you've just like tusk gored straight through their chest cavity.
Oh.
And just shattered the armor apart. What you are now facing is an on-fire skeleton with a long sword and a shield.
Okay. Did you say that you did 12 damage, by the way?
Yeah, with 4d6.
That's average, though, isn't it? That's
It's
3 per.
okay.
Yeah,
It's
no,
two
no. I
fives
mean
and
that's
two
literally
ones.
average. That's if if
50-50.
average of a d6 is
Yeah.
3. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Eh.
Anything else on your turn, Lours?
Nope.
Cool.
I'm just gonna stare at it.
Okay, so Faye, you're up. Relaxio, you're on deck.
I would like to quadruple sickle tickle.
Go right ahead.
Beep, 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 beep. Oh my fucking god. 9?
9
hit.
misses. Apparently, you just went through the space between two of the ribs.
Nat 20.
Nice.
Nat 20
Six.
hits. Roll some damage.
6.
Excellent. So, first shot misses. Second shot takes a rib off. You've adjusted the aim.
Yay.
20 in total.
That also hits.
5.
Yep, you have just carved out 2 of its ribs. You don't get a third attack.
What?
So, you attacked once and missed.
Yeah.
And your second attack, you can do 2 attacks with.
Oh,
Because you
I'm
missed on the
see,
first
yeah,
one, you
I
lose the
always
double
forget
attack.
how, yeah, I always forget how that works. Okay.
That's right.
Fine.
So yeah, you've managed to cleave off 2 of these ribs, and you see them just like splinter off, and as they fall to the ground, they just sort of burn up into ash and just settle on the floor, whipped up lightly by the fact that the entire row of seats behind this thing is still on fire. Okay. Relaxio, you're up. James, you're on deck.
I am ready for this.
Go for it, son.
Are you ready for this?
I'm going to move the following 20 feet
Yep.
to the spiky motherfucker.
Yep.
And I'm going to pull out my fang.
Yep. Lock
And
it.
I'm going to roll a 15 to hit.
15 misses unless you've got inspiration hiding somewhere.
No, I used it earlier.
No, unfortunately, 15 misses on that one. So the fang comes out and just, again, just this thing manages to just about backstep at the last minute, and just kind of just millimeters away from the rib cage there.
Balls. All I'm going to do then is I'm going to come back with my left hand, and then there's going to be a dagger out of the flesh, and he's going to roll for a 14.
14 also misses, unfortunately.
I'm going to fall over and land on the floor.
So as it steps back to dodge the initial strike from the fang, it's sort of the momentum of it carries it back further than you're anticipating. The second strike from your blade just goes wide on that.
That's me done.
James, you're up. Natasha, you're on deck.
I will attack again with a rapier.
Go for it.
22 to hit.
Definitely hits.
Hang on a second. That is 20 damage.
Yeah. Just quickly, how does one kill a giant skeleton with a rapier?
He takes his he takes the sword and he spears it right through the back of his skull, points it down and runs it down his spine like he's got a really, really weird shish kebab, and pins him to the floor.
That's fine.
And then he
So
stomps
as
on all his
you-
little bony bits.
Yeah,
fuck that
as
guy.
you drive the rapier down, you hear this sort of unsettling, almost like unzipping noise as you're just dislocating every rib pairing through the spine, shearing the pelvis in half, and the skeleton just basically falls apart into 2 bits, like someone's just disassembled it. And as the bones start to fall to the floor, they just start to burn away to ash. The sword and shield immediately hitting the floor, and as you watch them, they just rapidly rust and dust away.
Turn to Natasha and go, the prodigy did it, look.
You are still in now a very noticeably on fire auditorium.
I'm gonna go with, shall we just leave now?
Yeah, go on then.
We should get out. This skeleton caused so much fire damage, like Jesus.
No, none of us have fire spells.
Nope.
Okay. So we're out of combat now, and you guys just leg it out into the street.
Run away!
And you can see there's a crowd outside. The guard have the town guard have already started to arrive, and sort of move people back. And you can see that there are people just like running in with buckets of water and as much as they can to try and put out the fire that they are now aware is definitely looking quite impressive inside. And you can see that Corcosa is just standing there looking so relieved to see all of you. Oh, darlings, I'm so glad you're all right. I'm terribly sorry. I'm so sorry I forgot to mention that the theatre was haunted. I thought it was simply just rumours. You know how superstitious actors can be.
Are you still talking, Tom?
Yeah.
Is that me that got dropped out or is that
Oh.
I
someone?
couldn't hear anything then.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
There we
Yeah.
go. We're back. We're back. Continue with the dialogue. I'm so glad you're all safe. I'm terribly sorry. I thought the rumours about it being haunted were simply just that. I thought there were rumours and that it wasn't haunted. You know, actors are such a superstitious lot.
I'd
So
like
I'm
to
right.
say Macbeth. Macbeth!
Oh, a friend of yours?
Fantasy world.
What
Yeah.
made you think that a haunted theatre
Theatre.
would not be, in fact, haunted? Do you know nothing about drama, darling?
Darling, do you not remember the time that we toured with the Spinning Wheel Touring Company, and every theatre we went to, they said, "Oh, it's haunted. Oh, there's ghosts in here. Oh, it's all actors died in here," rah, 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 rah. And not a single ghost was ever seen on any of our performances.
Oh, darling, their
Well-
performances were dreadful. That's how they died. I saw 2 of them not even 2 months ago.
Well, I mean, it's their own fault, really. If they decide to take a touring company around immediately following a civil war, it's their own fault.
Quite.
Quite.
Well, it seems like the professionals have the fire under control, and once again, I'm so deeply grateful for all of your help with the performance and the preparation. And Natasha, darling, we are even. Your debt is cleared. At this point, you can see that Lord Walter Percival Fortescue III, striding over, and says, "Well, we were all most impressed with the skill of your actors. I felt that the makeup was a little bit shoddy, but it was definitely made up for by superior costume and your special effects. Now, I would ask in future that you maybe don't invade the final act and end curtain with an undead abomination. But needless to say, I think tonight was a roaring success, and we can look forward to many more performances from the meandering Squirrel Theatre."
I'd
Thank
like
you,
to
thank you.
turn to Relaxio and say, he just called your makeup shit.
Thank you, Mr.
Well-
Fortescue.
Well, you know.
Kick him in the crotch. Kick him in the crotch. Give him your itch.
Don't do it.
He's only telling the truth.
As Lord
Splendid,
Fortescue
splendid.
turns to leave, says, "I told you before, it is Lord Fortescue. I did not spend 72 years at Lord School to be called Mr. Thank you very much."
Our apologies, Lord Foreskin.
Fortescue! He's just striding off, screaming incessantly into the crowd. And as the flames of the theatre die down, the future of the meandering theatre, the meandering squirrel theatre, now lies in the future fortunes of the critics and nobles of Waterdeep. Regardless as what the future holds, Qualcosa is deeply grateful to all of you for your help. And as the nightlife of Waterdeep starts to get into full swing, you head out with the flamboyant Half-Orc to find a tavern to toast your success. And that is the story of how I will never learn to stop giving you guys red flags for pun warfare. So that brings us to the end of this evening's adventure. Thank you to everyone for playing and to everyone either watching or listening along live in chat.
Oh,
You've cut
Cut
out
and
again.
get out again.
I need to really get a look at this headset.
I just don't.
I'll try it again.
Why there is in this.
You can. The game's over. You can stop farming inspiration. Anyway.
Never.
Thank you everyone for playing tonight. Thank you everyone for
I'm trying to get inspiration for life.
Will you stop trying to get inspiration for the week ahead? It only applies in the game.
Thank you, Dice Roll fans.
Thank you, Dice Roll fans. Yes, be sure to check out M's fundraising for the Ration Challenge. That's still going until the start of December. Dave, who is our regular second Warlock, was unable to make it this evening, but he streams regularly on Twitch over at twitch.tv/Davesprout, so please go and check him out throughout the week. We'll be back in 2 weeks' time on Sunday, the 22nd of September. Sunday, the 22nd of November. You guys have just killed my brain.
Back in time.
This evening. Oh, we're not going back in time. No, we've done September, October.
Yeah. We've done 2020.
We're not doing those again. So yes, we'll be back Sunday, 22nd of November at 7:30 p.m. UK time. With that, stay safe, wash your hands, wear a mask, keep your distance, and we will see you all next time. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, Dice Roll fans.
Goodbye now.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.
No, you hang up.
Bye-bye
You
now.
hang up.
Just the lot of you, just stop.